everyone, welcome back to my channel, or welcome to if you're new here. If you are new, hi, my name is Heaven and I make fashion and lifestyle videos. So in this video, I wanted to talk about starting a YouTube channel. I know that in January, we always have our New Year's resolutions, things that we want to start, things that we want to try doing. I'm sure that I give you guys my tips, my tricks, the things that I've learned, the things that I wish I knew before, and give you guys some valuable information. So if you decide to hop on that dream of starting a YouTube channel, which I 100% think you should do, I want to make sure that I give you guys everything that I've learned in the time that I've been doing YouTube. Which, by the way, if you're new here, I only started my channel back in March, and there are a lot of things I wish I didn't do because it really slowed down my growth. So I want to help you guys to not make those mistakes. So if this is the type of information that you're looking for, then please keep on watching and leave this video a like to let me know that you enjoyed it. And the first tip that I have for you guys is just literally just do it. Starting your channel and finding out that maybe it's not for you is better than not trying it out at all. I literally waited 10 years before starting my YouTube channel. You need to just do it. I am so incredibly happy that I started YouTube. It's been one of the most rewarding things that I have done. It is so much fun. I started off doing beauty and skincare, and literally partway through I'm like, nah, I don't want to do this, and I switched to fashion, and I'm so incredibly happy I did, because now I have this new passion and this new love for putting creativity into more than just a YouTube video. Now I'm putting creativity into my outfits and expressing myself through them that I was never doing before, and I never would have learned that about myself if it wasn't for YouTube. So you're going to learn so much about yourself in the process of starting your channel and creating your channel. And it's totally okay if you started something and realize that's not the way you want to go, because that happened to me. And that's totally fine, because it's a learning experience. It's just, you have to see it as a business in that sense, where for the first year of your business, your channel, that you're going to have to be there every day. You're going to have to figure out what each season is like, and you're going to learn a lot. You might learn that you don't like doing this or you do like doing that. And that's totally fine, because then you'll know for the second year on YouTube not to do this or to do that, and it'll feel more fluid. It'll feel more natural, and you'll really start to grow into yourself and grow into your channel. And even if a year down the line it's not something for you, I guarantee you would have found some really valuable information on YouTube that you can take into your everyday life, strategies and things like that, and you probably learn a lot more about yourself. So even if it's not something that you continue on for the rest of your life, I know you're going to learn a lot about yourself, and you're going to be so grateful you started your channel, I guarantee it. So the second thing that I learned with starting YouTube is that this takes a lot more work than you think. I knew it was going to be a lot. I didn't know how much it was going to be though. So when I started my channel, I was posting, I think, once a week for only the first 2 weeks, and then I was, screw it, let's post twice a week, because I had all this extra time while being in quarantine. But let me tell you, posting twice a week is a full-time job. And I work a full-time job still during quarantine, as I'm an essential worker. So it's a lot of work. It was so much work that actually put me back, because I wasn't able to put out the type of content or the quality of content that I wanted to do. It's a lot of research, it's a lot of editing, it's a lot of filming, it's a lot of time that you're not going to realize is going to go into this channel. Be consistent. So this is the other tip that I want to give you guys. So if you're going to post once a week, and it's going to be on Tuesdays at 3 o'clock, try your hardest to post every Tuesday at 3 o'clock, because that consistency will help you in the long run with the algorithm. Now, going into starting with just posting once a week and not hopping right into 2 or 3 times a week, is that's a lot of days that you now need to be consistent with. So if you're posting Tuesdays at 3 and Thursdays at 3 and Sundays at 3, you want all of those days to be consistent, and because there's more days, it's going to take a little bit more for the algorithm to pick up that consistency. So it's probably going to be easier to grow and manage posting once a week and only having to meet one day and time that you're trying to meet. The issue that I was having was I was posting Thursdays and Sundays. So my Thursday video was going up at 7 o'clock, typically fine. But then because I also filmed Thursday and only gave myself like 2 other days to really edit and take a thumbnail, my Sunday videos sometimes didn't go up till Monday or went up Sunday at 9 p.m. And I was screwing up that consistency and I was throwing the algorithm off, and it really hurt me in the long run. And I only recently, as of like, I think a week or 2 ago, dropped back down to once a week. And I really wish I did that sooner. So please keep that in mind, that consistency is super important, and you're gonna wanna work with what you can do and manage without overwhelming yourself or possibly ruining your growth. My next tip is to niche down. When I started, I was doing skincare, I was doing beauty, I was doing Sephora hauls, clothing hauls, story times, vlogs. I was doing so many different things, and that's just too many genres. You want to build an audience and a fan base and a little family of people who share the same passions as you. And it's gonna get a little disappointing for people who are coming to see your beauty, but then they have to wait like 2 months before your next beauty video because you're doing a story time video, and you're doing a skincare routine, and you're doing a vlog, and you're doing a winter outfits idea. Like, it's gonna be too long for the little fan base that you're starting with to want to stick around and keep watching and waiting for your next video that they were there for. Even though you might be interested in all of those things, not everybody who's coming to your channel will be. Or they may not like your style of it, which is totally fine because everybody has their preference, but it's going to be a lot easier not only for you and your growth and probably planning and putting out content that you really love, but also for your audience. You want both of you to love and enjoy what you're making. I'm not saying you have to do just one thing, because I don't think any YouTuber does just one thing anymore, but you don't want to have like 5 different things on your channel. You know what I mean? So I stick to fashion and lifestyle. So my next tip is going to be, if you don't love it, don't post it. Because that is something that you'll probably look back on and wish you did differently. You might even regret it, and it would just be better to either miss that upload, or even if you really wanted to, post it a different day of the week if that consistency won't bug you. But if you don't love it, don't post it. And remember that quality over quantity. And that was a big problem that I had in the beginning that I don't want you guys to make that mistake on. I was trying to push out 2 videos every single week, but then I was sacrificing the quality of my videos. I was putting out videos I didn't really love, videos that I knew weren't really going to do good. And then I get really worked up over the numbers and the fact nobody else was loving it, but it's because that group that I have that is watching my videos didn't love it, and I don't even love it. We've got similar interests, so if I don't love it, they're not going to love it either. And you want to give out really good content, valuable content. You want to give something that you put your heart and soul in, and when you put it out on there, that the people who see it are going to absolutely love it, and you're going to feel good about that. So if you don't love it, don't post. My next tip is that you're going to want to research. I researched before doing YouTube, and I'm really glad I did that. Of course, once you start it, you're going to learn different things to start researching. You don't really understand how it works or what you need to be looking up until you actually physically do it. But I do think it's good to start watching those beginning videos. Like, I really enjoy the Content Bug. She was really helpful, where they give you really useful information to start your channel. The other thing that I learned while starting YouTube is that the research doesn't stop. You're going to want to understand marketing strategies, because you're going to want to promote your videos. You're going to want to understand trends. You're going to do research on trends as well, specifically for your niche. So whether that's fashion or the new camera that everybody's using or whatever the case may be. And trend jacking is huge. Obviously, you want to post what you love and what you're passionate about, and that should always stay true. You want to make what you're really passionate about and what you want to film searchable. And typically that's going to be what's trending. In the beginning, that is going to be key, because you're not big enough. Not everybody's going to know your name or what you create, or going to think, oh, I want to watch this girl's video. You have to get yourself out there. You're branding yourself. You're expanding your reach and growing your audience, and that's going to take time, and that's going to take being searchable as well. So this one is really, really hard, and it's something that I still struggle with. And honestly, I think every YouTuber struggles with this, and it's not to get caught up in the numbers. It is going to be very, very, very hard, and I would be lying if I said I haven't broken down crying over the numbers before. It's a lot mentally. And I knew that going into it because a lot of YouTubers will tell you that it's a lot mentally, but like I didn't realize that that mental hardship wasn't, you know, just going to be people not liking it, but it was going to be the numbers and the pressure that you can put on yourself. So you really want to try and not do that. As hard as it might be, especially if you're a perfectionist like myself, don't get caught up in it. Your time will come. You just have to stay consistent, stay passionate, keep trying, and don't give up because it will happen for you. And you can't compare yourself to somebody else on YouTube, especially somebody else that maybe has been doing YouTube for 3 years, 4 years, 10 years. This is a tip that my boyfriend actually had to tell me, and make sure your uniqueness comes out into your videos. What makes your fashion video stand out from the next fashion YouTuber? What makes you different? What makes you stand out? Why would somebody go to your video over somebody else's video? Now, I'm not trying to make this sound like a competition, but you do want your uniqueness to come out, because if you're like every other YouTuber and there's a bigger YouTuber with a bigger audience, you know, the audience might go and watch their video over yours, or they might start to watch yours, but you know, there's nothing that brings any spice, flavor, if you will, that keeps their attention on you or makes them see your personality and see your uniqueness and have them fall in love with your content. Because it's not just the things that you're talking about or the outfits that you're creating or the makeup that you're doing, it's your personality too. It's your uniqueness that makes the audience love what you're creating and what makes you different and makes you unique. You don't want to be like everybody else. What makes you you, and show that in your content. Okay, so my last tip, this is something I'm only recently learning, and I probably have a different point of view on it than other people would. A lot of people will tell you to treat this as just a passion. This is a passion, this is a hobby, don't get caught up in it, and then eventually it'll turn into a business. My mindset was, treat this as a business. That is what's gonna make this work. You know, be punctual, show up on time, work hard. I do still think that's true, but I will say you should also keep it as a passion as well. You're gonna wanna find a happy balance. The reason I say that instead of saying what you'll probably hear a lot is, which is treated as a hobby, the reason I say that is because when you go to a job or when you start a new job, you try really hard, right? You put your best foot forward. You wanna be punctual. You know, you're gonna go to work early. You're gonna do everything you can to learn how to do this, learn how to do that, and better enhance your skill and really show your boss that you care about this job and that you are valuable and that you have something to the table for them, and they're going to want to keep you around, maybe even give you a raise. You know what I mean? A promotion. I do think that should stick with you too. You know, you want to learn new skills. You want to research. You want to try and put out really amazing content. You want to love what you put out. You want to be punctual with and consistent with your videos when you post them. And, you know, niching down, you want to put that work effort in, because that's really going to show in the long run, and you're going to need to harness those types of skills for when your channel gets bigger. Now, where I think you should keep it as a hobby is where you don't get so worked up about it that you stress about it, that you feel sick about it, that it feels like life or death. Because I have had those moments where I've broken down crying and thinking, you know, just so worn out because I've overworked myself, where I just feel like I'm not good at this. I can't do this. This obviously isn't for me. And you don't want to have that happen. And you don't want to lose the passion. You don't want it to feel like you go in, you punch out. That's it. There's no passion, there's no drive, there's no willingness in that job. You don't want to lose that passion with YouTube. You want to keep that. So you want to find that happy balance. That's going to be super important. So that brings me to the end of the tips that I would have for starting your YouTube channel. I hope you guys found it super valuable. Let me know down below in the comments what you took from this and that you really loved about this video. Don't forget to leave it a like as well. That really helps my channel. Subscribe if you haven't already. Hit that notification bell if you don't want to miss another video of mine. I do post weekly. Follow my Instagram as well. I am more active on there than YouTube, as I've now gone down to once a week on YouTube, but I'm posting almost every day on Instagram. But I hope you guys have a great rest of your day, a great rest of your week, a great rest of 2020, and I'll see you in 2021. Thanks so much. Bye.